Hey guys, CJ here with a video. Like I always say, I will not be here before you long. When I say you guys, please don't take it literal. I don't mean in a literal sense. It's just, that's just what I say, you guys. Guys, this is gonna be a story time. I can't say if it's gonna be a quick one. I'm gonna try not to make it as long. This is nothing that happened recently. It was years ago, and I never thought to tell this story at all. But abuse is very serious. If you guys are in a situation, please get out, because it's nothing to play with. And when people say get out, just leave, that's not how it works. If you've been abused, really been abused mentally, physically, you just can't leave. You have to make some plans. I never thought about that until I got older and I understood the reason why they say they just can't leave. And in this story, I'm going to tell you why I wasn't able to just leave. Okay, you guys. Now, this is crazy, because my abuser, I knew him. We all grew up in the same neighborhood. I never would talk to him. I never had no dealings with him because everybody was scared of him in the neighborhood. I was scared of him too, because he was like that. And so but he knew my family, knew his family, his mom. They hung out at the same bar. But okay, I knew of him, but I just didn't know him. They knew him because he's a little older than me, and these are my older siblings. So they older, so they was hanging out. So when I would go down the block, you guys, sorry about that, I would cross the street because I didn't want that smoke. I didn't want him to say hi to me. I didn't want, I just didn't want that smoke. And then plus, in my teenage years, I was a good girl. I'm still a good person now. But anywho, I knew him from back in the day. And so years went by. And girl, guys, check out how crazy this was. I seen him in the bar with this young lady and her sister. I knew the girl, both of them. They were sisters. I knew them. The one he was talking to, he had to be like 15 some years older than her, because I remember seeing her as a little girl at her mom's bar. At her mom's bar back in the day. She was a little one, but she had grown into adult. She was an adult, but she was still young. And so I seen him, and I'm like, listen, y'all. Don't try to take nobody nigga. Don't try to take nobody dude. Because that's what I was on. And and y'all see, I might smile in this video, but I'm not smiling at abuse at all. But I'm smiling at this video because I'm young. So, okay, I remember this dude, whatever. And so I want to holler at him or whatever, but I seen him, with her. So, I didn't say nothing, but I made sure that I I called his eye and he called mine. So we didn't say anything because, okay, he's down there, he's with her. And then, you guys, he didn't know me. He probably remembered, I don't think he remembered me, but I remember who he was. So I was like, okay, I went back down there. And so I seen him. And I was like, then I said to him, I said, don't I know you? And he said, do you? Stuff like that. Then I said, yeah. And then we went to saying who. And for story purpose, I'm just going to call him G. And so he was like, I told him, I said, I know you. You know my family, blah. And then I started running my family name down. He was like, yeah. I was like, okay. So I got the number, and, eventually, we start hooking up, going places. You got, guys, this dude is so freaking funny. He's funny. He'll make you laugh. He's a very giving guy. But, as I got to be around him, he became very, very controlling. He would try to get me away from my kids. See, and now, as I know now, he was trying to isolate me so he could start the abuse. So, we started hooking up and going, just having fun, kicking it. And, he started isolating me. And then on top of that, you guys, he had a girl that he was with for years and years and years. She had his kids. And she lived in the neighborhood too. And I honestly didn't know who she was, but we all lived in the same area. So, we started kicking it and stuff like that. So, when it was time for him to go home, wherever, he was, and so, okay, go home, because at that time, I was still dealing with my kid's father. So, we was all living together and stuff like that. And so, and it's a reason why I did it like that, because my kid's father, he's way older than me. He's deceased now. God rest his soul. Good guy, really good guy, took care of us. So, he was living, of course, at the time. So he couldn't just come up by my house, you can't come over to my house, whatever. But he wanted to come. And he knew that I had somebody. So this was one night, y'all, we came from out. So he jumped in his car and I jumped in mine. Y'all, tell me why this man followed me to my house. This man followed me to my house. I did not know this man followed me to my house. And I'm thinking now, like, how did that? He showed up. This man didn't have a care in the world. He showed up, but my kid's father wasn't there because he worked and retired and everything from his job. So he was, at work. And I was pissed off. I'm like, what are you doing here? Who told you where I live? How did you know? See, I'm not knowing he's a stalker. I'm not knowing this man is a Looney Tune. This man is, when I laugh, I don't try to be funny. He was a little off, and I didn't know that till later. That's why I said, don't try to take nobody, man. You think you're taking something, and you taking some stuff that you don't want. So we would go out, and but yeah, he followed me. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why would you do that? Because I did not want him to know where I live, because like I said, me and my kid's father, we were still together. And so, okay, so now he know where I live, and I'm pissed off about it. So, but we still continue to talk and stuff like that. And he started, he started, being controlling, being possessive. I can't go here, I can't go there. And only place I could go is when I'm with him. But, as we start, still dating, I'm still trying to hang in there. So as we dating, he had his friends. I ain't gonna say his name. I'm gonna just call him Big, but it's something else too big, because he's big time, whatever. So we used to go to this one bar, their friends' bar. And I used to notice that everybody would going in the bathroom, coming out the bathroom. I'm just sitting up there drinking, not knowing nothing. I did not know nothing. So I'm like, Big, he doing, he going in there. Well, then I'm starting to notice everybody doing this. And so I didn't notice it for a long time, because a lot of times he would go off and do his own thing. And so, but I'll start noticing, damn, he ain't even came home. And then, he was, doing his thing with it, so that allowed him to be out late at night and come in like he ain't did nothing, but that, I wouldn't suggest getting a boyfriend, man, that nobody's that's in them streets, handling and doing them, because that makes it easier for them to say, oh yeah, I was working, I've been out in the street, hustling, blah, blah. They be out there cheating. So back to the story. So I did not know this man for a long time was using Coca-Cola. And I ain't knocking. But soon as I found out about it, stuff started getting serious. I said, okay. Now he came in like he just had this money and blah, blah, blah. And then come to find out he was using it. So when I found out about it, that's when more of the abuse came, because it's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this and why is you doing that? He didn't want me telling, him what to do. I wasn't trying to tell him what to do. I'm trying to figure out what's really going on. And so this one day, I went out with him. Honey, I guess he was upset, probably didn't have any or something. So we was talking, and then, I was ready to leave. This man swung so hard at me. He swung so hard. For some reason, I went back. It wasn't just a hit or swing. It was like trying to knock your teeth out type swing. He was dangerous. So I went back, and then I took off running. I made it to my car, got in my car, and I zooped off, and I went home, and he stayed, did whatever he did. You know, I wasn't letting him back in. So after that, we did get back together and stuff like that, because, you know, it was a relationship. We was in a relationship, but then it got worse and worse. It got more and more abusive. So this particular night, you guys, we was out together. So after partying, kicking it, we came home. So, but something that was in my soul letting me know this man, he wanted to fight. He's the kind that pick a fight for anything just because he's angry, just because he's an angry person. So in my soul, I said, this man is finna get in here and he's gonna want to fight. You guys, we fought a lot out of that. It was, well, let me take it back. We didn't fought, he fought me, because I was scared of him. Anytime I would see him, he would come into places where I would be, y'all, my heart would be jumping out my chest, because it's like, this nigga finna come over here. He finna start something. He finna, you know, he finna fight me. You know, cause every, you know, time I start getting anxiety, and this is straight up for real. Every time I see him, my heart would start pumping out of my chest. If I could run, get away, I would run, get away, because I was scared of him. And so, but this particular night, okay, in this particular night, you guys, we come from out. So, but I just knew he was ready to fight. And so I'm not a fighting person. I don't do that. Me personally, back then and now, I think I'm too cute to fight. I don't want to be hit. I don't want all my teeth knocked out. I'm already having problems with them, having to go to the dentist to get them together. But no, I'm not going to be doing all that fighting. So something kept telling me he's going to want to fight. He's going to want to fight. So what he was doing, okay, what he was trying to do is try my son. But let me back. So we came in, you know, by this time my kid's father, he gone his own way, you know, or whatever. And he came, and we both sit down on the couch, you know, because I could see him, he you know, activated and shit. And so I'm like, okay, we sat down. So me being me, my house, my kids did leave my house kind of dirty, not dirty a lot. They left a couple dishes. So what I did, I went and got all of them. I went and got all them kids up. I went and got them up, saying, "Hey, y'all, get down here! Every last one of y'all." I was telling every last one to get down here, come clean my house, wash these dishes, take this garbage out, blah 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 blah. Get down here, but they don't know. I'm calling them because I'm scared. I'm thinking this dude finna beat me up. So they came down, boom, 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 the steps and stuff. They mad because it was like I think about 1:32. They gotta go, because it was the weekend. They gotta get up, and now they gotta go wash the dishes, clean the floors. They came on down. They would come. You hear them stumping coming on down. So one got the broom, the other one got the dishes in there washing, the other one because we had a 2-story, that was sweeping the steps down. So I'm saying to myself, okay, all right, I might be good for now. And I guess he said, I guess he was gonna try them. Because he's like that, and I think he didn't think that they were gonna fight back because they were young men, but these are young teenagers, like 14, 15. And he thought that he was finna jump on their mama. That's what he thought. Man, everybody was doing their part in the house cleaning up, so I'm still sitting on the couch because I'm scared. And then this man jumps over my coffee table, like jumps straight over on me. He got to hit me. So I don't know if he thought my sons was just gonna let him do that. Man, you should see my sons they was jumping from every which way. They got to him. One was choking him from the back, the other one was just going at him. And then I had this heavy glass thing. It was a candle holder, but it was one of those heavy candle holders, you guys. And I was so mad. I was so mad of how he'd been treating me, hitting on me. My family had to start knowing, my family started knowing he was doing, he was doing it too. But my kids didn't know. And I was ready for this dude to go. I was ready for him to go. I didn't want to deal with him no more. So after this happened, that was the end of that. So I had this candle in my hand. So my one son got around his neck in a neck lock. The other ones, they giving it to him. And so I picked up the glass, little glass candle holder. It was one of the heavy, it was glass one. And all my anger, guys, all my anger came out that night. I know I couldn't whip this man by myself, but that anger came out that night. My son had him on the floor. I just took it, and I'm not condoning violence. I just took it and just kept in his head. Just kept, all the anger and things that he did to me came out right then. And so we whipped him from the front front room. He didn't think that they were gonna fight. See, he thought, oh, that's how he is. He try things and see if somebody gonna do something. He didn't know mine's finna fight for me. And that's what they did. So they whooping him, and I got this thing just busting him in his head because all the anger of all the time, years, because I've never been in a relationship that didn't last for years. All my relationships last years, a long time. And so I just took all the stress from what he did to me. It just got to busting him in his head, So when he finally got up, he was staggering. He finally got up. His finger was broke. He had blood coming from his head because I had that thing. All my anger came out for all those years. He did that to me. So we let him go. He walked on off to the front, called his cab or whatever. But the cab didn't come that quick so he came back to the front of the house, but I wasn't letting him in. We didn't know what he was going to do. We didn't know if he was going to try to bust the windows or whatever the case may be, but he didn't do nothing. And so he did call his Lyft and his Lyft or whatever, his taxi cab, whatever, and they did come to get him. So I guess he say he's not through. Yes, and so that is what happened. And then we did start back talking not long after that. We did, because he was the type, he gonna call, come, could I get you this, could I get you this, and get you that. Me being me, yeah, you can bring it to me. And plus I missed him because we was together for a while. So he would come bring things to me. And then I wasn't home this one night. So he came over there looking for me. The kids didn't let him in because they knew not to let him in. So as he's pulling out, I'm pulling in. So he got all upset again, asking me where I been. That's none of your business where I been. And so he bust my windows out. Oh, I hate a man to bust my windows out, because I'm not, out of my whole life, I've never tore anybody property up. I've never, because it's stupid. Now I'm going to have to, or you're going to have to go by and get these windows fixed. In which he did. He got them fixed, So, and I still called the police. So, we had police come over there, you guys. Oh my God, it was horrible. So I called the police. Police came. I told them what he doing. He bust my windows. He abusive. And so the police told me to do, they was like, okay, go get your restraining order. The judge did order me a restraining order for, I think I still got that restraining. I'm gonna look and see. I got a restraining order for like 15 years on this man. It was that serious, because I guess apparently he probably was beating on other women and, whatever. And so when he got out, I got a restraining order. He violated this restraining order. He came back over. I called the police. I said, hey, I have a restraining order on him, and gave him the name. They looked him up. They said, yeah, he got a restraining order on him. So the police came. And they didn't take him to jail. They talk to him and let him go, because he out there. Oh, I love her. We got kids together. Man, we ain't had not one kid together. That's what he was saying. So they would let him go. So they let him go, told him don't come back. Girl, this man went up the hill. When the police left, this man came right back. hiding in the bushes. I was like, oh no, I couldn't do it anymore. I seriously couldn't do it anymore. So I called the same officers back. They came back. How the apartment was made, it was like, it was other ways you can get out, but him and the police was face to face. So the police bagged back and he took off in the car. The police followed him. And so he went on a nice little high-speed chase with the police. But they caught him. They caught him and they told him, hey, you violated for the second time. You violated her, what you call him. So they took him to the crazy house. Because that's what it was, Watertown, Plankinton Road. They took him there. So, okay, so I'm like, okay, they assured me he was going to be gone for the night. Don't worry about it. He's going to be gone. Y'all, why in a couple hours, I guess, after they got him, the intake done or whatever, I'm getting a call like, who the fuck is coming? By this time, we all in bed sleep. By this time, my phone ringing. I'm like, who the fuck is calling me this, late or whatever? Because I know my kids in the house, they ain't old enough to be out like that, late like that. So who the fuck is calling me? This man snuck a phone in and called me from the crazy house. I was like, who is this? I said, how did you get, not how did you get my number? How is you calling from there? Oh, I snuck a phone in. Man, you should have seen me on that other phone calling the sheriff's department, the security, whoever at the crazy house, because he told me where he was. They went, as he talking to me, they in there asking him, do you have a cell phone in here? And they confiscated his phone. They told you, leave her alone. Stop calling her. You already enough trouble. And but guys, it is so much more to this story. That is not it. Oh my God, I went through a lot with this man. Abusive during his drugs use. And that didn't make it bad. Him and his friend, like I said, I didn't know that they at first I didn't know, but I found out. And he's very abusive, y'all. And the thing is, other people try to tell people to get out of relationships, especially if they know where you live and they are obsessive. Because this dude got caught hiding in my bushes a couple times. So when you're dealing with people like that, you just can't jump up and say, get your stuff and leave. I'm going to leave you. You can't do that. That man would be to hurt you. Because I had to learn that really quick not to do that. Because he was that type. And so after a while, he would come back over, but things wasn't like it used to be, stuff like that. So fine, whatever. And so I moved, and he figured out where I moved, and he came to visit me, y'all. To this day, if I see him, he will speak to me. I will speak to him. We laugh about it now, because we can laugh about it now. And he'll tell anybody, she didn't, her and her kid had to whoop my ass, and he'll tell me it was my fault. Yeah, it was my fault. I caused it. And he would come sometime and have a drink or two with me. That's when I was over here on the other side. And he would come and, sit and talk to me. Other than that, he's still a good guy. He's a good guy. I think he changed his life over. And last time I known, he's married. But he was nothing to play with. And please, if y'all don't ignore the signs, because I ignored the signs. And he's the type that will off you. And that's not what I wanted. So you guys, if y'all in any kind of relationships like that, please take your time and get out. And you guys, when he went to the crazy house, this man wrote me tons of letters. I still have the letters, so I know I should still have that restraining order. I might reread the letters to you guys. When you guys see this, I'm crooked. When you guys see this, leave a comment to say, hey, yeah, we want to hear the letter. Yeah, do a video on the letters. So, yeah. And this is CJ, and I'm out. Peace.